So the question is, what does it feel like to know the unified field? Because I had an experience recently. I was just walking down the street and something just flicked, and I can't even describe the experience because I feel like if I try to describe it, it's going to sound all a bit contrived. But there was something that just went, oh, I think that's the unified field, the experience of the unified field. So I think it's just kind of perhaps a little bit of a check-in, like, did that actually happen? Was I on track with that? Or was I just making it up in the mind? Yeah. So that's the question that came last night, to ask.
Okay. So without editing in any way, let some concepts come to describe what happened.
Oh, okay. This is something else that happens for me too, is quite often I can't remember. It's like it's just gone.
Yeah.
So the sense that I have at the moment was there was just this sense of feeling very wide and a sense of just connected or in love with everything. Yeah, that was so-called being viewed through the eyes. And a sense of peace, relaxation, and beauty. Yeah, a sense of everything being very beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
Was there a recognition that, oh, that's what I am in another form? Or that's inside me? Or
I didn't have the feeling that that's inside me, but I did have a sense of that's the same. Yeah, that's the same as so-called me. Yeah, there was a sense of the tree or the fence post or it was a sense of sameness. There wasn't a sense of difference.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. From what I can pick up from here, one foot was in a heart opening and one foot was in the unified field.
Okay.
That's what it feels like, that there was a bit of both. The unified field itself, you see, it shows up in different ways according to how we're able to integrate it and arrive at an understanding.
Yeah.
The beauty frequency, the love frequency, those recognitions often come in preparation for a full-on unified field.
Okay.
So there's a sequence there. So it's like she was still doing some prep work around the beauty, and then, there was no difference. The tree, the lamppost, there's no difference. It's like, all right, she's still got a bit of foot, and a perception of the prep work, and there's the unified field opening to her.
Okay.
So what I would do, because I tend to be kind of thorough, practice a bit with like, can I see that barbed wire is beautiful? Can I see the beauty there? Can I dial into where I can feel that is, oh my God, that is so beautiful. And it's like a piece of a dead branch on the ground.
Yeah.
Can I find that's beautiful? Activate that, because it's the preparation for a really solid unified field perspective.
Right.
I'm going to give an example of that beauty. I remember walking down a street. I don't even know where I was, but I was walking down a street, and there was this shape in front of me on the pavement, a beautiful swirling shape. I was like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And when I was like a foot from it, it was dog poop. And I was like, oh, exquisite. Exquisite. It was dog shit. never, the labeling, it's dog poop. When that moment came, it was like, it's like I dropped into a density, you know, dropped into, oh, there's the labeling, and now I'm not supposed to like it. Oh my God. And I stood there and I thought, okay, I know this is an important spiritual experience. Okay, what's going on here? I was like, can I find where it's beautiful? And I stood there in front of this dog shit. Like, can I find where it's beautiful? Can I still find that? And I played with it. I could kind of find it, but I felt like I was kidding myself. But I worked on it. I was like, okay, so somewhere before the labeling mechanism, I've been trained to see that poop is awful. Obviously, as a child, you don't eat it. You're told it's a bad thing. So, you know, and so we have all these ideas that, oh, that's not supposed to be beautiful. It's like, oh my God, but it totally was beautiful. Totally, before the label came in, totally was beautiful. Must be still beautiful. So where was that perception that recognizes that it's beautiful? You see? Hugely beneficial to work on that. Hugely. Because you're exercising the lens of perception that activates a heart opening.
Right.
Now, when this work doesn't happen well, when we don't take a step by step and we jump over things, we can be, oh, it's just all love everywhere. Oh, I love you. We're all one. And it's like, oh, Jesus. You know, it's all mixed up. And when it gets mixed up, there's usually avoidance in it. We've usually arrived at it as a painkiller.
Okay.
For some separation story that's not been seen through at all. You see?
Yeah.
So this is why it's really important. Like, we need to separate those lenses of perception, because when they're melted together, and we understand unified field to mean there's beauty everywhere. It's like, if they're not seen and understood and felt as two separate lenses of perception, absolutely the mind will use it as a band-aid. Oh, this is a feel-good factor. Let's just turn this on in order to survive the pain of this separation story that's going on in my life.
Yeah.
And as long as we go into any non-dual lens of perception in order to avoid separation, you know what's happening, a shit show.
Yeah.
And we're shutting down something that's, you know, that wants to be healed, resolved. We miss the opportunity of having wisdom around what's really at play there and how pain shows up. I want you to be in the place of where you can say yes to all pain, actually, and then have solid boundaries in order to be a wise adult, you know? And at the same time, there is openness to, there is beauty in this boundary I'm putting up with this person. There is beauty in the pain that I felt. There's beauty in the wisdom that's given to me. And someplace else, do I also know that that's what I am, that some part of me is showing up as those.
Okay. Gotcha.
You see, there's the layering. There's the layering. So now there's no avoidance now.
Yep.
You see? And so it's really worth working on the open heart, the love, the beauty, that lens of perception. It's the best prep ever for, of course it's beautiful, because beautiful is the lens of perception that's just before, oh, there's no difference. There is no difference, because the beauty is a sign of that you're moving towards love is the energy underneath all of it.
Yeah,
you're heading back towards the source viewpoint, the source of manifestation, you see?
Yeah.
So that beauty, that exquisiteness, that deliciousness, that refinement, it's like, yeah. You're on your way back. You're on your way back to like the primal energy that moved all of it.
Right.
And so let yourself see the post, the fence post and the tree. And it's like, all right, there's diversity, there's beauty. Beauty is where they're unified. They're two different things, but beauty is where they're unified. As you expand on that, you'll be able to see how they really are the one thing. Okay. And that it's only your labeling mechanism that makes them a tree or a post.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So our perception is layered in this way. The mechanism of consciousness is layered in this way. And you're dialing back while staying a functioning, integrated adult.
Yes.
That's fun.
Yeah.
So step by step is much more thorough.
Okay.